A shocking new chapter has been added to the ongoing tragedy in the Gaza Strip. An Israeli newspaper has brought to light a serious allegation. Soldiers had received direct orders to shoot unarmed civilians who were simply waiting for food aid. Hungry, tired and aimless people gathered at food distribution sites had become targets. The repercussion was immediate. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vehemently rejected the accusation, calling the report a disgusting lie, a malicious fabrication created to tarnish the image of the Israel Defense Forces, the IDF, and he was not alone. The head of the organization responsible for part of the humanitarian aid also denied any involvement in the hundreds of deaths reported. Meanwhile, representatives from both Israel and the United States have told the press that they continue to support humanitarian aid efforts in Gaza. The foundation responsible for distributing part of this aid told the BBC that several international agencies, including the UN, are spreading disinformation about the incidents. Directly from Jerusalem, records show the desperation of a people trapped, trying to survive between hunger and fear. According to Israel, in order to make food distribution more safe, Gaza residents have been instructed to cross active war zones in order to access food. But many there see this as a suicide foretold. One resident, angry and injured, said, "This is not help. It is a road to death. I would rather go hungry than be shot for trying to eat." Images from the first days of the new private aid system show scenes of chaos, desperate crowds trying to reach the food trucks, immobilized by gunfire and explosions. The UN says that in the first month of the operation alone, more than 400 people have been killed by Israeli forces near the distribution sites. Among the survivors is Abdullah, who was shot last week while trying to get food for his family. His words are cutting. "I just wanted to take food to my brothers. I came out of there with wounds and a lot of fire around me. This food tastes like blood. And he is not alone. Every day, hundreds of people risk the same paths, facing the very real possibility of never returning. The wounded are piling up in hospitals, which are already unable to cope with the number of cases." A local health official made a desperate plea, "Please, don't go to the aid stations anymore. Every day it's the same scenario. Martyrs, wounded, pain. We can't take it anymore." In response, the head of the humanitarian organization, responsible for the operation once again denied any direct connection to the incidents. In an interview with the BBC, he stated, "We are not denying that there are casualties in Gaza. We are also not denying that there are injuries in the vicinity of the areas where we deliver aid. What we are denying is that all these deaths are linked to our presence. It is not true that 100% of the casualties are the fault of the IDF or our foundation." Even so, the atmosphere remains tense. The Israeli army said it was investigating the incidents, but ruled out any kind of official order to shoot unarmed civilians. Despite the official statements, reports coming from Gaza show a different reality. With each new food convoy, a new, desperate rush is formed. The promise of a plate of food turns into a risk of death. After 2 months of Israel's aid blockade, hunger has become the driving force behind extreme decisions. In Gaza, hope often goes hand in hand with fear. For many, it is better to face the danger and try to get something to eat than to wait, with an empty stomach, for a miracle that may never come.